It is now over to Dr. Chetana Radhakrishna ji to present her views, and it's going to be a demonstrative presentation. So here we have Dr. Chetana on stage.
Namaskar. My pranams to all elders seated here, and my pranams to my mother. My pranams to Guru R.S. Nandkumar. So here I'll be talking about Bharatanatyam. I'll be briefing you about the basics of Bharatanatyam, and then I'll talk about the evolution, like how it has evolved all these years, and then we'll demonstrate a few moments. Angikam vachikam yasya, Angikam bhuvanam yasya, vachikam sarva vangmayam, aharyam chandrataradi, tam numaha satvikam shivam. Bowing to Lord Nataraja, we'll start the session. Indian classical dance started around 200 BCE in India as a joyful and celebratory activity, often in devotion, depicting the stories of gods and paving us the way to spiritual path. The number of Indian classical dance styles are 8, recognized 8 classical dances: Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Kathakali, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam and Satriya. As you all know, I'll just brief down the basics before going to the evolution topic. And the term Bharatanatyam comes out from Bhava, Raga and Tala. Bhakaro Bhava Samyukto Repo Ragena Samshritaha Takarastala Ityahu Bharatartha Vichakshanaha. So Bha represents Bhava, Ra represents Raga, Ta represents Tala, and here comes the term Bharata. Bharata is also the name of the sage who has composed Natya Shastra, our oldest encyclopedia, ancient encyclopedia of dance. But many have the opinion that Bharata is not one. There are many Bharatas who has composed this Natya Shastra. And about the origin of dance, the Natya Veda or the 5th Veda comes out of 4 Vedas. It's a collective of 4 Vedas, 4 other Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. So it is said that Patyam is chosen from Rig Veda, Abhinaya is chosen from Yajur Veda, Sangeeta is chosen from Samaveda, and Rasa is chosen from Atharva Veda to make Panchama Veda or the Natya Veda. In this Bharatanatyam, we have 3 main concepts: Nritta, Nritya and Natya. I would like to briefly explain all these concepts to make you understand whatever we are demonstrating. So what is Nritta? Nritta is Bhavabhinayahinam tu Nrittam ityabhidhiyate. So this is a rhythmical and repetitive movement, like when we do adavus or the steps in the beginning, or the angika, the bodily movements. It doesn't represent anything. It doesn't depict any stories. So this kind of movement is called Nritta. Like how we do, most of you will know Alaripu, Jatiswara, Tillana. They are the examples for Nritta, where we don't depict any stories or any concepts. And then comes Nritya, Rasabhava Vyanjanadi Yuktam, Nrityam Itiryate. So this is a combination of expressions and steps. For example, when we take a kriti to dance, we will be depicting the description of Devi or Ganesha or whichever deity we are explaining, and in between we get some cholukatus or swaras. So we'll be depicting Abhinaya, we'll be describing the goddess. Along with that, we'll be doing the pure Angika Nritta. So that is why it is called Nritya. So these kritis or devarnamas or varnams are called Nritya. And then comes Natya. Natya is the art of telling stories through dance, music, laya, abhinaya, Nritta and Nritya. So all concepts, Nritta, Nritya, everything will be there in Natya, and the characters will be dressed according to the characters. Like Rama will be dressed as Rama, Ravana will be dressed as Ravana. So whenever you see the Aharya, immediately you can recognize this. This is the character. So this is Natya. I request you to show the pictures of Nritta, Nritya, Natya. And then comes Chaturvida Abhinaya. Next page. Okay, then comes Chaturvida Abhinaya. I think before this were the pictures. So Chaturvida Abhinaya. So we have 4 kinds of Abhinaya. Abhinaya is the word which all know about, like Abhinaya is expression. So we have 4 kinds of Abhinayas: Angika, Vachika, Aharya, Satvika. Angiko Vachikaschaiva Aharyah Satvikastatha Jneyas Satvabhinayo Vipraha Chaturdha Parikalpitaha. Angika, Vachika, Aharya, Satvika. What are these? Angika is the expression through the various limbs of the body. For example, we do Krishna as this, and we say Ba like this, Krishna Baro, or we do Rama like this. So whenever we depict something through our limbs, it becomes Angika. It's an expression through our various limbs of the body. And again, Vachika. Vachika is the expression through voice or speech. In Bharatanatyam, we can take the vocal support as Vachika. Or in dance drama, we can take the dialogues as Vachika. And then comes Aharya. Aharya is the assumption of characters through makeup and costume. As I said before, Rama will be dressed as Rama. Ravana will be dressed likewise. Unlike Bharatanatyam, solo Bharatanatyam performance, we will not be dressed in Rama or Ravana's or Krishna's costume. But in dance drama, we will be dressed in that way. Like in whatever costume the character has to wear, that will be worn by the dancer, each character. So each character will be depicted by the Aharya also. Immediately when you see the Aharya, you can recognize which character this is. And then comes Satvika, expression through emotional reactions. So Satvika is the most important thing, because when Angika is good and Vachika is good, Aharya is good, everything is good, but Satvika is not there, then the Rasotpati is not possible. So for Rasotpati, Satvika is the most important aspect which comes through our mind and heart. Then comes Rasa. All of you might have heard about Navarasas, Shringara Hasya Karuno Raudra Veera Bhayanakaha, Bibhatsyadbhuta Shantascha, Natye Rasaha Smritaha. These are the 9 rasas we see. Shringara is the love, Hasya, laughter, Karuna, kind-heartedness, compassion, anger, Raudra, Veera, courage, Bhayanaka, fear, Bhibhatsya, disgust, Adbhuta, wonder or surprise, Shanta, Shantarasa, peace. So these are the 9 rasas depicted for Bharatanatyam or any type of performing art. Even for drama, we take Navarasas. And then comes Tandava and Lasya. Tandava is the rigorous dance of Shiva, while Lasya is the graceful dance of Parvati. So Tandava has, we have many adavus which are called Tandava adavus, and we have some adavus which are graceful and they are also called Lasya adavus. So we will be demonstrating all these. Now I'll just give an explanation and then we'll go through it. And then maybe my students can show you what is Tandava and Lasya through the adavus. So to begin with, we'll do the Tandava Adavu. Tandava Adavu is meant to be a rigorous dance because the name itself says it is a Tandava Adavu. Ta-tay, tam, det-tay, tam, ta-tay, tam, det-tay, ta-tay, tam, det-tay, tam, ta-tay, tam, det det tai tattai tam dettai tam tattai tam det tai tattai tam dettai tam tattai tam det tai. Whereas lasya takita 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 tai tai de tai takita 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 tai tai de tai takita 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 tai tai de tai. Though this adabu is not named as lasya adabu, but we usually, whenever we have some lasya aspects, we use this tamrachuda and we use these movements. That is why we just showed it for to make the difference. And then the major styles of Bharatanatyam. See, all these are the concepts of Bharatanatyam. Whichever style the guru follows, all these concepts will be there. Like Chaturvida Abhinaya, Navarasa, Tandava, Lasya, everything is same. But again, from the different gurus and from the different schools, different styles have derived. Like Pandanalluru style, Varavur style, Melatur style, Kalakshetra style, Mysore style, like this. So the Pandanalluru style is renowned for its choreography. These works featured choreography by choreography who named the dramatic choreography hands, and also responsible for the adavu choreography for the swara passages. So for the swara passages, the adavus choreographed will be different, very different way in Pandanallur style. In Valavur style, it is one of the original styles of Bharatanatyam, very ancient one. The main distinctive features include rich Shringar elements in Varavur style. And then Melatur style discourages the stamping of the feet against the floor. We stamp on the floor heavily, but in Melatur style, it's little lighter. Instead, the dancer is expected to use salangai, ankle bells, in a more sophisticated manner than that produces a richer variety of sounds and highlights the rhythm. And then comes Kalakshetra style. The Kalakshetra style is noted for its angular, straight, ballet-like kinesthetics and its avoidance of rechakas and of the uninhibited throw, kshepa of the limbs. So these are the different styles. Now, coming to the topic, how this Bharatanatyam has evolved all these years. We have many literary works like Natyashastra of Bharatamuni, Abhinay Darpana of Nandikeshwara, Lasya Ranjana of King Simhabhupala, Dasharupaka of Sri Dhananjaya, and so on and so forth. But most of the time, what we are dancing now, we are following Nandikeshwara's Abhinay Darpana. Why this happened? This happened because we just forgot Natyashastra for a couple of years. We were just reading it theoretically. It's Bharata's Natyashastra, but nothing in that was implemented in our dance. When the British rule was there, at that time, we had a struggle for the survival of our arts. At that time, reformers like Rukmini Arundel and E. Krishnayar, they all, they trimmed our dance styles because they had to bring out the dance styles from Dasi tradition to the other people also. So they tailor-made some of the movements and they trimmed out. So the dance changed and we forgot many aspects of this original dance form, like which is mentioned in Natya Shastra. The Karanas, Angaharas, everything, we just lost everything. But it was inevitable at that time. So we had to go to Kalakshetra style or whatever style we are doing it now. That way we had to follow. So after so many years of performing this, later on, Dr. Padma Subramaniam, she made a great job of reconstructing the 108 Karanas of Natya Shastra, and then she gave it to us again. So we got the lost wealth, lost treasure. But now, again, people are in confusion whether to put those Karanas in our dance now or keep them separate. So this is a big confusion now again. So some of them have kept it apart and they have called it Bharatanatyam, like how Dr. Padma Subramaniam does it. And some of them have learnt Karanas and they are putting it in their dance and they are mixing it up, like we can't recognize whether it is Bharatanatyam or Bharatanatyam. But both has its own beauty. Like Bharatanatyam has its own beauty, Bharatanatyam has its own beauty, and both are the rich heritage and culture. Both reflects the rich and heritage culture of our Bharat. So now we have to maintain both. Again, we can't mix up both. So these are the different opinions of different dancers. I just want to show the difference of this, how it might look. So we will be doing few adabus, like how we do it, Kalakshetra style of adabus, couple of adabus, and then we'll do some Nrityahasta and Charis taken from Natya Shastra, so that you can make out the difference of what I'm talking about. So this is Kuditta Tattu Adavu regularly we do in the Kalakshetra style, and in other styles also little differences. Ta, tai, ta, ha, rit, tai, ta, ha, 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 ta, tai, ta, ha, rit, tai, ta, ha. You can see the geometrical movements there, the lines there, because this was reformed later. And one more adavu, Tahat Jam Tarita, Dr. Sahana. Ta, hat, jam, tarita, jam, tarri, jagga, dari, tai, tat, ding, gin, nat, tom, takka, tat, ding, gin, nat, tom, takka, dekku, tat, ding, gin, nat, tom, ta, hat, jam, tarita, jam, tarri, jagga, dari, tai, tat, ding, gin, nat, tom, takka, tat, ding, gin, nat, tom, takka, dekku, tat, ding, gin, nat, tom. This is one more adavu of Kalakshetra style. And next, Vidushi Sindhu will be demonstrating a few charis from Natya Shastra. Okay. So just to make the difference, so that you will understand the difference of course, these are not adavus, but these were inculcated in the other movements before, but later on it was trimmed. Again, now we are trying to put it back. So I just want to show you the difference. Samapada, samapada, Varta, Stitavarta, 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 Shakatasya, 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 Adyardika, 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 Chashagati, 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 Vichava, 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 Vichava. These are some bhumicharis. You can see clearly that in our adavus which we are doing now, we don't use the torso movements, we don't use many movements which are in in the charis, which are mentioned in the Natya Shastra. And we have some Akasha charis also, just a couple of Akasha charis to demonstrate. Atikranta, 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 Apakranta, 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 Parshvakranta, 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 Urdhvajanu, 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 Urdhvajanu. See, these were the some aspects which we don't find in the regular what we do, the dance, Bharatanatyam we do. But after the research by Dr. Padma Subramaniam, many of them are inculcating all these moments in our Bharatanatyam also. So now to just recognize these moments, we'll do two different jatis. One is completely choreographed like Kalakshetra style, in Kalakshetra style. The other one in which I have put some charis and some moments of the Natya Shastra. But of course, I have not learnt any, I'm not a Bharatanatyam dancer, but I have learnt a few Karanas, few charis, which I inculcate in my jatis, and not everywhere, in some places wherever I feel I should. Dhalangu takka dikku takka ta dinginna tom tam di takka tom tam di takka tom tam di takka tam di takka tom tam di takka tom tam di takka tam di takka tam di takka tam di tat dik kidadaga dargida dom tam di takka tam di tat dik kidadaga dargida dom tam di takka tam di dhalangu kidadaga dargida dom ta. So this was jati composed like in Kalakshetra style. The next comes one more jati in which we have inculcated a few charis. Takka taddin takka dhalangu takka taddin Ginnatum tam tattakitta deem tattakitta tom tattakitta nam tattakitta rakkitta dikkitta tom kitta nam kitta tadding ginnatum tadding ginnatum tam tattakitta deem tattakitta tom tattakitta nam tattakitta takitta dikkitta tom kitta nam kitta tadding ginnatum tadding ginnatum tam tirgidim kirdik dargid tom kirdik dargid nam kirdik dargid tadding ginnatum takka tadding ginnatum takka dikku tadding ginnatum tadding ginnatum takka tadding ginnatum takka dikku tadding ginnatum tadding ginnatum takka tadding ginnatum takka dikku tadding ginnatum ta. So this was jati where we have put some charis, so that's why you can make out the difference. That was quite geometric in the formation, like with straight lines and angles. But this one was little, with the torso movement and with the wrist movements. Of course, we don't use wrist movements in the regular Kalakshetra style of dancing. So this is how the dance has evolved, and dancers are still in confusion whether to completely switch on to Bharatanatyam, or some people are putting Bharatanatyam in Bharatanatyam. So this is how every art is. And we can see in this like how rich our Indian culture is, because whatever way you do it with the ingredients given in Natya Shastra, we take all the ingredients, we do make our own recipe, and it looks beautiful. If we are perfect with whatever we Bharata or or Nandikeshwara has told us. So only thing is we should be perfect with the moment, that's all. So everything looks beautiful, everything has its own beauty. So that acceptance should be there, so that we can enjoy our rich culture, I feel. And now my students are going to perform two dance items. One is Jatiswaram, Arabhi Raga, and the other one is Kriti, Ranjani Mala, because I thought it's a performing art, so we have to perform.
Sani da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri da pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sani da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sani da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa
దింగిడ తోం తాకు దండకు తక దండకు గిణకు తక తకిట జం జం తా తతకు దండకు తక దండకు గిణకు తక తకిట జం జం తై తాకు దండకు జం దండకు గిణకు జం త జం తక దేకు కడదగ దరగడ దోం త జం తక దేకు కడదగ దరగడ దోం త జం తక దేకు కడదగ దరగడ దోం
sani da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sani da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sani da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri da pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri da pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da 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 pa pa da pa ma pa ma ga ri ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da pa ma ga ri pa pa da pa sa ri pa ma pa da pa ma ma pa da pa sa ni da da pa da pa ri sa ni da pa da ma pa da ri ma pa sa ri ma pa ma pa da pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ni da da pa pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ri sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sa ri ma ga ri ri sa ni da da sa 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 ri da da sa pa pa da da sa sa ri ma ga ri ri sa ni da da sa 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 ri da da sa pa pa da da sa ri sa sa ni da da pa ma ga ri ri sa sa ni da sa ri pa pa da sa sani da da pa pa ba ga ri ri sa sari sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sani da da pa pa ba ga ri ri sa sari sa pa ma da pa ma pa da sa sani da da pa pa ba ga ri ri sa ma ga ri ri sa ma ga ri ri sa
That was Jatiswaram traditional choreography in Arabi Raga Aditala. That is an example for pure nritta, what I told you, without a depiction of any stories. So now they are going to present a nritya, Ranjani Mala Kriti on Devi. And I would like to, before that, I would like to introduce, okay, no, they'll present Kriti. You want time?
Ranjani Ranjani Mrudu Pankajalochani 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 Sarigasa Sanidasa Sarigamadasa Sanidani Namaga Magasa Sarigasa Sanidasa Sarigamadasa Sanidani Namaga Magasa Manjubhashini Manjubhashini Manolasini Manjubhashini Manolasini Mande Gamani Manjubhashini Manolasini Mande Gamani Shri Ranjani Shri Ranjani Manjubhashini Manolasini Mande Gamani Shri Ranjani Shri Ranjani Shri Ranjani Shri Ranjani Sanida Magarigama Nida Magari Zariga Magari Zaniza Sanida Magarigama Manida Magari Zariga Gamagari Zanida Zariga Sanida Zariga Madaza sani da ni ni da pa ga ma ga sa sa pa ga na vinodini sa ma ga na vinodini amba sa pa ga na vinodini शशाङ्कवदनि मार्जननि मेघ रञ्जनि मेघरञ्जनि समगान विनोदिनि शशाङ्कवदनि मार्जननि मेघ रञ्जनि मेघरञ्जनि नीस निनि सद निनि मम निनि मानि मानि नि मम गगरि नीस निनि सद निनि मम निनि मानि मानि नि मम गगरि निस नीद मगरि ग मम मनि दा मगरि सरि ग ग म गरि सरि रि सरि ग स सनि द स सरि ग म द स स सनि द नि नि द म ग म ग स प म र जन प नि नि शून्यनि प म र जन प नि नि शून्यनि प प विमोचनि पावनि जनरञ्जनि जनरञ्जनि पामर जनपालिनि शून्यनि पाप विमोचनि पावनि जनरञ्जनि जनरञ्जनि पप्पमरि गमपमरि गमप नीसदप सदप तपमरि गम पप्पमरि गमपमरि गमप नीसदप सदप तपमरि गम नीस निनि सद निनि मम निनि मानि मानि नि मम गगरि नीस निनि सद निनि मम निनि मानि मानि नि मम गगरि निस नीद मगरि गम मनिदा मगरि सरि ग गमगारि सरि स सनिद मगरि ग मम मनिदा मगरि सरि ग ग गमगारि सरि 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 ग स सनिद स सरि ग म द स स सनिद नि नि द म ग म ग स स सनिद नि नि द म ग म ग स स स सनिद नि 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 द म ग ग म ग स रञ्जनि मृदु पंकजलोचनि रञ्जनि रञ्जनि रञ्जनि
So, okay. I want to introduce my students, and the vocal rendering, beautiful vocal rendering, was given by Vidwan Balasubramanya Sharma, Bangalore. I'll call upon my students onto the stage. Vidushi Dr. Manasa. She has done her BE, MS, PhD, MTech, PhD, and MA in Bharatnatyam, Vidwat in Bharatnatyam. Now she's working as a professor in BIT, and she's also an artistic director of Manojna Nritya Shale, Bengaluru. Vidushi Sindhu Rao. She is a gold medalist in Masters in Bharatnatyam from KSDH University, Mysuru. She is a Vidwat in Bharatnatyam with distinction, and now she is the artistic director of Lasyanga Nritya Shale, Bengaluru. Dr. Sahana Raju. She's doing her MD. She's a Vidwat in Bharatnatyam, and she is an artistic director of Pushkara Performing Arts, Bengaluru. All these disciples of mine have practiced Bharatnatyam for many years in our institution, Gurudev Academy of Fine Arts, and now they have their own institutions in Bangalore. So I'm really happy to present a few things about Bharatanatyam today, and I'm thankful to all of you for listening patiently and encouraging us. And I'm also thankful to Sri Alwar and Sri Lokesh, who has given us this wonderful opportunity of presenting Bharatanatyam today. Thank you.
R.S. Nandakumarji, Dr. R.S. Nandakumar Avaru, he is a fourth generation musician in the lineage of Saint Tyagaraja.
After seeing some of the presentations, I was thrilled. I came into mathematics, and then I had a glimpse of little bit of Vastu Shastra. And then I heard all those wonderful speeches, summation through that great Ramayana. And I had the darshan of one of the greatest acharyas of our times, Dr. H.V. Nagaraj Rao. Such a great acharya. See, you must not forget, I come from Mysore, and in Mysore we grew up with this name in our ears. Along with the Jogula, we grew up with these names. Such were the great hallowed acharyas. When they come and speak, we hear music. When they come and speak, we listen to the Shastras. Irrespective of our inebriated teenagers, these acharyas have guided on the path of wisdom. And I bow to him today. And he has made such a generous time to be here. And it is my swartha to think that he is here also because he wants to listen to my humble erudition. My predecessor speaker, respected session chairman, is a very hallowed person. I have seen her dance for such a long time, more than a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. And I have seen how she grooms her shishyas and all that. And I also know Uday Jadugar and what he does. Now, you must understand my problem. I am in between a Drishya Vaibhava to a Adrishya Vaibhava for a poor Shravya presentation. So you have to look at these manifestations of beauties side by side to my Gardhava Kantha also. I actually, when Dr. Alwar Tatachar asked me, actually Dr. Lokesh told me that why don't you come and speak to us about singing, Gayana. I thought of Gandharva and I went through all sorts of things, and I was sitting on the banks of Ganga thinking about what can I do? In all these tarangas, I saw the 3 tarangas by the kripa of that Ganga in Varanasi, and I decided, let me divide my entire presentation, very brief, into 3 parts. Each part will contain 1 or 2 small bits of presentations, and each part summated perhaps will give you something about this Gandharva Kala or the Sangeeta Kala, the singing. I wanted to equate the Gandharva to the Gana, the singing, the task I am given today. So, I take this opportunity to sing, again inspired by the Arabhi that was presented foremost first today. I will take that raga and I will try to sing this Parividi Gadya of this Chatushashti Kala. नृत्तं गीतं तथा वाद्यमालेख्यं मणिभूमिका दशनाद्यङ्गरागश्च माल्यगुम्बविचित्रता वेणुवीणादिकालापपाटवं शेखरक्रिया नेपथ्यं गन्धयुक्तिष्व कर्णपत्रक्रियाभिधा विशेषवेद्यक्ल्यप्तिः च नानाभूषणयोजनम् इन्द्रजालकौचुमारं सामुद्रं हस्तलाघवं सूचीवानक्रिया सूत्रक्रिया सलिलवाद्यकम् सूदशास्त्रपरिज्ञानं शारिकाशुकवादनम् हस्तवादयो वास्तुविद्या तक्षणं मेचिकोत्करः सजीव निर्जीव द्यूतशास्त्र सम्पाठ्यं पाटवम् धोरणा मातृका यन्त्रं मातृका काव्यलक्षणम् आकर्षक क्रीडितं च निमित्तागम वेदनम् अज्ञाम्बुसेनादिस्तम्भः विषप्रदिविषादयः पाञ्चाली नृत्यकरणं तण्डुलादिबलिक्रिया प्रहेलिका दुर्वचक प्रतिमायादि योजनं मंत्रवाद परिज्ञानं विशीर्णाक्षरमुष्टिका सर्वाभिधान कोशोक्तिः परकाय प्रवेशनं जय व्यायाम चित्राप्तिः पत्रिका चित्रकर्तनं रत्नोत्पत्तिस्थानशास्त्रं दर्पणादिलिपिक्रिया तिरस्करिण्याद्याव्याप्तिः पुष्पशाकटिकादयः हस्ति अश्वलक्षणज्ञानः तिर्यग्रदयवेदनं परिज्ञानं जलयानागमज्जता परचेतः प्रवेशस्य चतुष्षष्टिरिमाः कलाः अन्याः उपकलाः प्रोक्ताः तासां संख्यां चतुष्शतम् अभिरेव प्रपञ्चो अयं वर्तते विजयीयस्फुटम्. I was inspired by this Prakirnaka Gadya that our fathers and our teachers made us practice when just before we wore our chaddis and went away to our schools. Those were the times they told us about Kala. My first portion about the pedagogy of this Kala, how the Padanishpatti, Dhatupada and all that. I'm not going to bore you, I don't have the time also. Let me sing a few kirtanas also, inspired by my predecessor performers. The speaker, she presents such a beauty on the stage. So I don't want to lag behind. It's a Shravya, you see. My Shravya must give you Drishya in the minds, in the eye of the minds of your... Kalayati vidditodanam sangrinhati iti kala. This is exact what this is. It is, can I look at the second? I feel Kala spiritualizes the materials and materializes the spirit. And Kala gati sankhya nayoho. That is bhavadigana atmanepadi gana sankhya. Adi shabdagati sankhya nayoho is also the things that I long heard when Anakru was also, one of the speeches contained this also, so I have collected this. Kalate prayoga, meaning to go. And there is also another niti, Shukra niti. The Gandharva kala is this. Bhavadi samyuktam nartanam anekavadyakarane jnanam tadvadanam स्त्री पुंसः वस्त्रालंकार संधानम अनेक रूपाविर्भावक कृतिज्ञानम शय्यास्तरण संयोग पुष्पादग्रधनम द्यूताद्यनेक क्रीडाभिः रञ्जनान् अनेकासन संधानैः रते ज्ञानम् कला सप्तकमेतद्धि गान्धर्वे समुदाकृतम्. The Ishtartha Siddhi and Manas Santosha, these are the Avayava Shabdas of this Kala. We are, let me be clear to you, I am extremely grateful to one of the dissertations submitted to the Bern University of Germany by Ambale Subrao, A. Subrao. It is a compendium on the Kala. And there, in the very second line, he has said, Kala is arts and science. In a way, he had to appeal to the Western sciences, you see, Western people. He said it's arts and sciences. What happens to form this Kala? Why do we call this as Kala? What's happening? What happens in the performer? What happens in the Shrotra? Where is Kala? For that, I was reading the Chandogya Upanishad, and then Chandogya Upanishad is full of music. And one of the narrative caught my attention. You see, there is a Brahma Sankalpa. Brahma was one, and it looked. Rigveda, you all know that. And then there are two things. One looking, one being looked at. This is the Brahma Sankalpa, being looked at. And then Bahusya, many things happened. And based on the Brahma Sankalpa, these great varieties have come into existence, and at least it is visible to us. This is also beautifully embellished in the Shatushra, the Saundarya Lahari of Shankaracharya, where he said Virinchin, he just took one Renu out of the Mata's Padadhuli, and Virinchin Sanrachayan, he created this entire universe. Anyway, this is the thing. Now, what happens in the process of Jiva is, because of this Brahma Sankalpa, the Jiva gives rise to Prana. Prana further cuts itself into 10 utilitarian parts, and these pranas assimilate the Panchabhutas. Prithivyapas, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha. And this again takes a form, and then the prana from the Nakha and the Shikha does the pravesha into this rupa. That is, the form becomes the sentient being. And in this sentient being, it is sentient because of the indriyas, and those indriyas are Sthula, Sukshma and Jnanendriya. The reverse process of this can help us in understanding the process of Kala. Again, I take one of the magnificent poets of our times of Karnataka, that is that great Kanakadasa, who has composed this song. Ni Mayayolago ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಮಾಯೆಯೋ, ನೀ ದೇಹದೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ದೇಹವೋ, ಕುಸುಮದೊಳು ಗಂಧವೋ ಗಂಧದೊಳು ಕುಸುಮವೋ. I mean, from the stula, sukshma and the jnanendriya, he is going in the srishti and the yashtikrama to understand the inner process of the formations and disformations, and there lies the kala. ಕುಸುಮ ಗಂಧಗಳೆರಡು ಘ್ರಾಣದೊಳಗೋ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮೇಂದ್ರಿಯ. ಆಸಾಮ ಭಾವ ಕಾಗಿ ನೆಲೆಯಾದಿ ಕೇಶವರಾಯ ವಿತ್ ಜ್ಞಾನೇಂದ್ರಿಯ, ಉಸುರೊಳು ಎನ್ನು ಅಳವಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ದಿ ಜ್ಞಾನೇಂದ್ರಿಯ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ರಸೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೋ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ನೆರೇಟಿವ್. ಇನ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಲಿಟಲ್ vocacious on this. I don't want, because I want to sing the other things and get on with the Gandharva Kalpa. Let me sing this little bit. But when I go to the Gandharva Kalpa, please try to recollect this song, the words and the music also. We'll talk about it a little. ನೀ ಮಾಯೆಯೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಮಾಯೆಯೋ, ನೀ ಮಾಯೆಯೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಮಾಯೆಯೋ, ನೀ ದೇಹದೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ದೇಹವೋ, ಹರಿಯೇ 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 ಹರಿಯೇ. ಬಯಲು ಆಲಯದೊಳಗೋ ಆಲಯವು ಬಯಲೊಳಗೋ, ಬಯಲು ಆಲಯವೆರಡು ನಯನದೊಳಗೋ, ನಯನ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯ ಒಳಗೋ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಯನದೊಳಗೋ, ಹರಿಯೇ ನಯನ ಬುದ್ಧಿಯೊಳಗೋ, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಯನದೊಳಗೋ, ನಯನ ಬುದ್ಧಿಗಳೆರಡು ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೋ, ಹರಿಯೇ. ನೀ ಮಾಯೆಯೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಮಾಯೆಯೋ, ಕುಸುಮ ಗಂಧದೊಳಗೋ ಗಂಧದೊಳು ಕುಸುಮವೋ, ಕುಸುಮ ಗಂಧಗಳೆರಡು ಘ್ರಾಣದೊಳಗೋ, ಅಸಮಭವ ಆದಿಕೇಶವರಾಯ, ಅಸಮಭವಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನೆಲೆಯಾದಿ ಕೇಶವರಾಯ, ಉಸುರಳು ಎನ್ನಳವಲ್ಲವಯ್ಯ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೋ, ಹರಿಯೇ ಹರಿಯೇ. ನೀ ಮಾಯೆಯೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಮಾಯೆಯೋ, ನೀ ದೇಹದೊಳಗೋ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ದೇಹವೋ, ಹರಿಯೇ ಹರಿಯೇ. As you know, the word Hari is also in Kannada means flow, kalate. So, can you go to the kalate to know and to go? Next slide, please. I'll stop here, and until then, let it stay there. Now, there is this nisarga, and what nisarga we feel inside, outside is totally different. the meeting point. If a Kalagara, that is the artist, makes you feel that the Nisarga outside is nothing but the Nisarga inside, if it gives you that aswada, it gives you that sense of unity, then you have the first inclination of Kale. The Anakra says, ನಮ್ಮೊಳಗಿನ ಹೊರಗಿನ ನಿಸರ್ಗವು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆಯಾಗಿ ತೋರಿದರೂ ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಎನ್ನಿಸುವುದು ಕಲೆಯ ದಿನದ ಕೆಲಸ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಡು. ಎವ್ರಿ ದಿನ is also means the Surya, and Dinagelsa means it is the Prakasha, it is the work of that Prakasha. And the great Vivekananda says, the work of Bharatiya Kala is Adarsha Pradarshana. The Adarsha, not we understand in a colloquial, Adarsha is a Samyak Pada. And one of the chief work of this Kala is to satiate the hunger of the Atma, the quest of Atma. And Gandharva. Come to the next part. Gandharva. Gandharvasya idam Gandharvena Geetam. This was said by the great Bharatacharya. I will come to that. See, Hemachandra uses Panini's sutra, Prajnadi Bhashya, Prajnadi Bhashyascha sutra to use Anpratyaya in its root continuance, and applies the same to the very word to arrive at the paribhasha, that is the Gandharva. Thus the Shastra of Gandharva became the Gandharva, or the Gandharva Shastra became the Gandharva. Hemachandra goes further in describing that Gana, Geeti, Geya denotes Gandharva by precursor. Thus, Gandharva essentially denotes the stresses and the importance of Gita. That is why Gandharvasya idam Gandharvena Geetam. Right from that century, they say 55th century, until 7th century, we have seen an unbroken tradition of this narrative. In 7th century, the great Mathanga gives a vyakhyana of this, and what was the Marga became a Brihaddeshi for Sangeeta and the Gandharva Veda, because he stabilized the Saptaswara and gave meaning to the Saptaswara by describing a Gandharva Veda Kalpa as Panchavidha Nada. Anyway, it's a very long substance. If I stand here and start extolling the great virtues and references of the Raga, Tala, Prabandha and the Shastra, it's going to take a lot of time. From purely grammatical view, amongst the Tauriyatrika, Gandharva denotes Geetam. That is why whenever we say Geetam, the Gandharva, we say Geetam. In Samskrita, the word Gandharva has two main meanings. The first is the one that's described above, the musical, and the other is the Gandharva marriage. You have all heard. Mind you, I'm not taking you out of the context here. In Gandharva, that kind of Gandharva and this kind of Gandharva, one without the process, the product is arrived at, and one with the process, the product is achieved. Both are there. The one without the process, the product is arrived and stabilized in the society. That is the Gandharva that we are talking about, like popular music, cinema, Sangeeta and all that. The other process, what we call as the classical music, is the with process, Shikshana Krama and all that happens through the Marga. That is the Gandharva. Both are Gandharva. That's why in Bharata, we have this large, this heart to accept everything as Sangeeta because of this dictum. And Gandharva Vivaha happens when the lovelorn couple gets married first without any traditional or Vedic rituals. The traditional Vedic method involves Saptapadi, taking 7 ritualistic oaths and steps, and Agnisakshi and all this. Gandharva Vivaha, all these are circumvented. The couple just jumps into the marriage and the society accepts it. Seen in this context, Gandharva Sangeeta takes a very special significance, which I told you. Both these are present in India since Vedic times, are accepted norms in the society to this day. There is also saying that Gandharvas love their opposite gender, that is women, maiden and girls, and the females, women, maiden, girls, Love, Gayaka, equals Gandharva. The Aitareya Brahmana says, Stri Kamo Vai Gandharvaha, and goes on to say, Tasmat Gayantam Striyaha Kamyante. Both ways. And there is an Aranyaka, that's a story part, in which is known as the Somaharana Vichakshana. There is a beautiful Kirtana on Saraswati which gives you a complete picture in its most codified form for this Somaharana Vichakshana. Saraswati is also the Gayatri, and how based on this Aitarayana Brahmana, the great Satyanarayana has composed this Kirtana. Somaharana Vichakshanam Aprim Anantam Anantaniranam Nasagra Kanda Sancharinim Avyaktam Advayam Harani Haraganasara Sudhakarabham Anagham Shri Saraswatim Ashrayami Sumanazaranjani. That is the raga. So, here the Gandharvas purloin away the elixir, that is the Amrita from the Devas. The Swara, Swarga, that is the divine abode of Devas, thus is rendered valueless. In this juncture, a goddess called Vak takes on the shape of a bird, eagle, flies to the Gandharva Loka, the abode of Gandharvas, and seduces them with her musical prowess and wins back the Amrita. There is also another concomitant story in other Vedic subtexts wherein the Devatas thus request the Chandas, the metrical forms, to bring back the Amrita elixir. The Gayatri, Trishtup and Jagati Chandas, having 4 alphabets each of them, take on the form of birds and fly towards the Gandharvas and purloin back the Amrita. There is this Vak, thus was called as both time up, sir. Okay, after this story, I will conclude with 2 important subjects. Time flies, doesn't it? And there is a beautiful book, if you can get hold of it. It is the book to refer. It is by G.C. Tripathi, Gayacharana Tripathi. He has called it a Suparnadhyaya, based on the Akhyana. And he got it from the Heidelberg University. It was there and he brought it back. And it was the pre-Vedic dance drama. That's what it is. And then the Vak is now both speech as well as the swaras. And the Taittiriya Samhita, Maitrayini Samhita, Kataka Samhita, everything hence became the Shruti Granthas. Shruti, as you know, is the liman of the musical note. And then Gayatri is both a Chandas and a mantra. All the 4 Vedas begin in this Chandas. And since the Indians trace all this musical origin to Samaveda and indeed organized all Ganakriya from this Veda, Gayatri became a Gana also. Hence, our music now is both Vagartha and Vagatita also. Why Vagartha? I have sung this song and you have understood the language and you have understood along with the melody, and something you are affected by that, some influence. But if I take out the Vag, but just sing this particular line, you will still get something, but it is not Prachanna, but it is Prakshipta. Ga 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 ni da 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 pada ma pa ga ma ga 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 rima ga ga ni da ga ma ma da ni sa ri ga 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 pari da ga ma 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 ni da ma ri re ga ma pa ma ga ri sa. You will still get the narrative, but you cannot explain to me, or you can explain to me in your own. You can put your words into it. Here, there, it is Vagatita. With Vagartha also you can sing. You can make the swaras as the aksharas, sarigama padani, and use that for a swarakshara prabandha. Gadadari, Nisari, Madari, Sama, Nigamada, Saridari, Gadadari, Mapa, Mama Papa Damani, Ni, Mani, Ni, Mama Madani. All these are swaraksharas. Gadadhari, Ni Sari Madari, Sama Nigamada Saridari. Definitely you can understand. These are swaras also. Given the embellishments of the gamakas, your artha, vagartha, is catalyzed, categorized and catalyzed, and you get a prasanna artha out of this. Here is where the Gandharva kala lies. So how should the musician be trained for all this? How? Now, I go to the next. Kala Diksha Krama. There is a Diksha Krama for Kala. The dancers, the learned dancers of our Karnataka have assiduously preserved this until the 1970s and 1980s, and then it went to the Yor, and it remains as a very, very rudimentary thing. But there is an extreme, extensive kalpa for this. And with this ritualistic practice, the Kala Sachetana or the Kala Diksha is given. Diksha is the Dihikshalana also. Let me show you a few slides. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. And Diksha Paddhati, Vaidika Diksha and Shakta Diksha Paddhati is for Kala. Next, please. And this is how, well, the Diksha happens here under this tree, and then these are the things that are necessary for the Savyapasavya Kala Diksha. There is a Savyapasavya Kala Diksha. It is called the Dandini Krama. In the Srividya Diksha Krama, it is there. And the Diksha happens, we be giving out various mantras. Next, please. Next, please. And these are the university acharyas. Nearby Mysore, there was a great university near Gaddige, where the vice chancellor was, every vice chancellor was given as the Vageshwari Pandita. That's the title he was given. And all these, he was treated as the Sri Guru. And the Dandini Krama is now preserved in a few places in Gujarat and few places in Kerala and Varanasi, and definitely in Karna in rudimentary. These are the Shiksha Kramas you have to go through, and the next slide actually concludes. There is, hey, get back please, until I finish this. The Anavi, Shakti and the Shambhavi are the three Kala Diksha Kramas that can be bestowed upon. There is a huge write-up on this, which I have submitted to the Pondicherry University. It will be, I will conclude with the Dhyana Shloka, which is given as the Karna Diksha or the Anavi Diksha during the Kala Diksha thing. Now, what started as a most abstruse and given thing came into a process, and in order to realize the process to its logical conclusion, again Diksha has to be given. So it's a threefold activity. So the Dhyana Shloka is given. Veena Kvana Shravana Jata Kutuhalena Devena Kamari Puna Parirabhyamanam Pashankushakara Arunavabhasam Shadjim Samasta Jananim Shadjim Samasta Jananim. Shadjim gives rise to 6. Out of that comes out as the 7. They are talking about the 22 Shrutis, and hence this Kalic foundation of our Sangeeta. निस्सीमवाङ्मनसयोः अतिदूरवर्ती यस्यामहत्वं प्रवृत्तः पद्मासनो अपि परिहास्य दशां प्रयाति तामार्षभीं तामार्षभीं शुकनिभाम् अनिशं namami. This is the second Shrutisthana from the Shadja's previous Shrutisthana they are talking about. Tamarshabhim. Swarnabhirama Ruchita Ujjvala Rupavesham Veena Vinoda Kutukan Mrudumilitakshim Devim 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 Dayardra-hridayam Pranatim Gateshu Gandharamastitavadim Gandharamastitavadim Anisham Namami Mandara Kunda Kumuda Pratirupa Rupam Indivarayata Vishala Vilola Netram Chandravatamsa Parichumbita Pada Padmam Tam Madhyama Swaram Anisham Namami. There are other things. I will end with Nishada. Varnaihi Ashesha Janata Hridayam Gamabham Varnaihi Sarvaihi Varnaihi Ashesha Janata Hridayam Gamabham Sarvaihi Samasta Guna Nirbhara Vibramangim Sharvapriyam Shashikala-kalitavattamsam Naishadi-devim Naishadi-devim Bhavatim 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 Anisham Namah. I thank everybody for your kind presence. I have taken little time, I know that. The Ranjini is ready with not Ranjana, with as we call the Chati. These are the Samaya names. We Mysoreans are known for our Vakpatutva and also overdoing the thing. I thank you. I thank the organizers. I am very proud of the Samskrti Foundation from Mysore, and they have come here and organized this beauty. It is a magnificent beauty. It is my great honor to be here, and I prostrate before our great Acharya, the great Dr. H.V. Nagaraj Rao, for being present here. I thank each one of you for giving your ears and heart to me, and I thank Dr. Alvar for making this happen for me. Namo Bharati Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
ಶ್ರೀ ಉದಯ್ ಜಾದುಕಾರ್ ಜಿ ಇಂದ್ರಜಾಲ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಶುರುನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ 64 ಕಲೆ ಪ್ರಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಹೆಸರಿಸಿದಂಥ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇನ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಉದಯ್ ಜಾದುಗಾರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ.
Well, I welcome all of you. If somebody welcomes, you have to clap at least. Yeah. As you all know that magic is also one of the arts. But our government has not decided magic as art. You know that? In Kerala, it's there. In Andhra Pradesh, they have considered magic as art, but not here. What is magic? ಇಂದ್ರಜಾಲ, ಮಹೇಂದ್ರಜಾಲ, ಜಾದು, ಕಣ್ಕಟ್ಟು, ಏನಂತ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕರೀರಿ. ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಬೈ ಎನಿ ನೇಮ್, ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೂಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್. This is the only business where you would like to be fooled by a magician. If he doesn't do well, Malayalis say like this, not good. So, I'm going to fool all of you. I'll try my level best, okay? Somebody came here for 15 minutes and they fooled us for 25 minutes. I don't fool like that. I will definitely go at 15 minutes only. The beauty of art lies in concealing it. You know, what does it mean? The magic, every magic has a secret. If you know the secret, that's all. You will do like this. Ashtena. That's why magicians are not to teach magic, but I love to teach magic because magic has to grow. It's our ancient Indian art. We should see that this art flourish. Okay, now before the show, I will show you a small trick and I'll teach you. Is it okay? Please let me know. You have been listening about the theory and about the talk about different arts. How many of you want me to talk less and do more magic? Please lift your hand. So if I don't talk also, you don't mind, right? Who wants to know about art? Okay. let me teach you one simple trick before I start my magic. 1, 4, 3, 6. How did I do 1, 4, 3, 6? It's very easy. On one side you have to stick 5 diamonds. On the other side you have to stick only 2. Ooh. When you say 1, you have to cover this. When you say 4, you have to cover this. When you say 3 and 6, you must be fast. See, 3, 6. They will not know that there are only 2. You are covering the blank space. When you say 6, there will not be 6. There will be only 5 and you have to cover this space. How many of you really understood this trick? Well, now tell me, when you say 2, actually how many will be there? When you say 3, how many will be there? 2. 1 and 2. There will be nothing. Hey, what's this? How many are at the back side? 5. 6, 7. I don't know how it happened. This became 2, became 3, and this 5 became 6. Yeah. Oh, 8. I don't know. I'll teach you another trick. Wait. That trick is no good. It fooled me. I have a bottle here. This is not that bottle, okay? Okay. There is nothing. Can you see anything in this? No? You can't see my beautiful face? Okay. I place this. Can you tell me whether this is upside up, upside down or downside up? Upside up, no. Yeah, upside up and downside down. I place this upside up and downside down and I take this downside down. Oh, see? Now I'll put downside down and upside up and upside up, upside down and I'll keep upside up and it's very easy. I'll teach you how to do this trick. This bottle is a special bottle made by me, invented by me. This has 2 ups and 2 downs. Oh, I think I fooled you, right? Okay. I want one small boy. Salpa doddu hudigi agidru pora ni bare. I'm going to show you Indian rope trick. Not that Indian rope trick. This is, I'm an Indian. Ikade bama. I'm an Indian and this is rope, and I'm going to show you a trick. Indian rope trick. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಇದೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ, ಕೆಲವರಿಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಹತ್ರ ಬಮ್ಮ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್? This is rope from Europe. You know where Europe is? Yeah. I'm going to cut this rope with invisible scissors. Would you like to see invisible scissors? Yeah. You can't see because it is invisible. I cut from this distance. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. See? No claps. ಇನ್ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಸಿಸರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೂರದಿಂದ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್? ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳಮ್ಮ, ಮೀನು ಮಾಂಸ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕ? ಗುಡ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೆಸ್ಟೋರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಗಮ್. ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್. ಸಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್. ನೀನು ಇದು ನಿಂಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ, ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಇರಲಿ. ಯಾವಲ್ಲೂ ನಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ ಹುಡುಗಿ. ಗುಡ್. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅನ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಇದೇನು ಸಣ್ಣ ತುಂಡು ತೆಗ್ದಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಟ್ ಇಯರ್. ವೇರ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಕಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋ ಗುಡ್ಡು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಟಚ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೋಸು ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ನಿನ್ನ ನೋಸೆ, ನಂದಲ್ಲ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಟ್ಸು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡಲು. ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಡೂ? ಏನು ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು? ಕಾಮ್ಯ. ಇದೇನು ಈ ತುಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ? ಈ ತುಂಡನ್ನು ನೀನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ. ಅವಳು ತುಂಡು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೋಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರೋಪ್. ವೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಐ ಗೇವ್ ಯು? ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತಾ? ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರಾ? ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ, ಇದು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ, ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಟ್. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಟ್ ದ ರೋಪ್ ಇಂಟು 2. ಯು ಸಿ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಗಿವ್ ಮೈ ಸಿಸರ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾರು ಹರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದಾತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡ, ಹಿಂದುಗಡೆ ಇಡೋಣ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೈಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಟ್ಟಾದರೆ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಐಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. 1 knot and the second knot. Okay, hold the knot. ಗಂಟು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಮ್ಮ. ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಹರ್ ಟು ಗಂಟು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ. ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. Without leaving the ends, you cannot put a knot. But I can put a knot without leaving the ends. See? But this knot is not a knot. You know why? Because knot is not there. And the knot is, I got it. See? I have a small piece. ಗಂಟು ನಿಜವಾದ ವಾವಂತೆ. ಗಂಟಿಗೆ ವಾವಂತಿಯಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ದ್ಯಾ? ಹಂಗಾರೆ ಓಕೆ. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ವಾವ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರು. ಇವಾಗ ವಾವ್ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ. ಹಿಂಗಂದರೆ 2 ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ರೋಪ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದೇ ರೋಪು, ಅವಳು ಕಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ನೋ ವೈ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಸೀಸರ್ಸ್? ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ? ಇನ್ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಐ ಗೋ ನೋ ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ದೇರ್ ದೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚೆಕ್. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸಿಗದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಕೈ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಇನ್ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ರೇ ಮಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸಿಕ್ತು, ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀನಮ್ಮ. ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅದೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗ್ಬಾ. ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೇ ಎನಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್? ಐತ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಕೈ ಖಾಲಿ. ಹಿಂದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನಂಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ನನಗೂ ಅಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ವಾ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಹತ್ರ? 1 2 3 4. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರು ಟೈಮ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ನಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ? ಇನ್ನು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅಲ್ಲ, 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ. ಯಾರು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸರ್ ಯಾರು? ಲೋಕೇಶ್ ಇಲ್ರಿ? ಇನ್ನು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಸಾಕಾ? ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋದಾ? ಏನು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ಟೆ, ಆಯಿತಾ? ಅದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಸಾಕು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಸಣ್ಣಗೆ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ಟಿ, ಹಾಂ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಬೈಕೋಬೇಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ. ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದರೂ ಲೋಕೇಶ್ ಕೈ ಎತ್ಬಿಡಿ, ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡಬಲ್ಲೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಕೈ ಎತ್ತುತ್ತೀರಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ. ರೆಡಿನಾ ನೀವು? ಹಾಂ, ಇಬ್ಬರು ಹುಡುಗರು, ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು, ದೊಡ್ಡವರು, ಚಿಕ್ಕವರು ಯಾರು ಬನ್ನಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಸಾಲಿಡ್, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಹಾಕೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದ್ದು ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಐಶೇಷ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಅಂತ ತಿರುಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಅವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಅಂತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಿಲ್ವಾ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು? ಇಬ್ಬರಂದ್ರೆ 3 ಬಂದ್ರ, ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿ. ಈಗ ಬನ್ನಿ, ನೀನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಮ್ಮ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿರು, ನಂದೇ ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಅದು, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗೋಣ. ನೀ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರ, ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಹಳೇದು? ತಾಯಿ ಹಾಂ, ನೀನೇನೋ ನೀನು ಆ ಕುರ್ಚಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೋ, ಅದು ನಂದೆ. ಹೆಸರೇನಮ್ಮ ನಿಂದು? ಇಂಚು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಚು? ನಾ ಹೈಟ್ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಸರು. ಓ, ಇಂಚರಾನಾ? ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರೇನೋ? ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಮ್ಮ. ಹಾಂ, ಮೊಬೈಲಾ? ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಹಾಂ, ನೀನು ಇಂಚರ, ನೀನು ಪಂಚರ? ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ದಕ್ಷ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಕ್ಷ್. ಇದು 1, 2, 9, 19, 29, 30, 31, 32. ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 32. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇವಳು, ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಅವಳು. ಹತ್ರ ಬಾ, ಹೇಳದ್ ನೋಡು ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ. ಡು ಯು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ ವೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ರಿಂಗ್. ವೆನ್ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿ, ನೋ ದೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇವಳಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನೋಡಿ, ನಗ್ತಾಳೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜೋರಾಗಿ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಕೊಡಮ್ಮ. 1, 2 and 3 ಹಿಡ್ಕೋ. ಒಳಗೋಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಪಕ್ಕ? 1, 2 and 3 ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ. ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೋ ಒಳಗೆ? ಹೇಳದ್ ನೋಡಮ್ಮ, ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ? 1, 2 and 3 ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ. ಎಳೆಯೋ ಅಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲೋ. ಬಿಡೋ, ಇದು ಹೇಳಿ ಬಿಡೋ. ನೀ ಎಳೆಯಮ್ಮ, ಬಿಡೋ, ಎಳೆಯಮ್ಮ. ಓ, ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದಾಳು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗು. ನೀನು ಎಡಗಡೆ ಬಲಗಡೆ ನೀನು ವಿಷ್ಣುವರ್ಧನನೋ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ? ಇಬ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಡಗೈಯೋ ಬಲಗೈಯೋ ಅಂತ. ನೀನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋ ಕಾಲ ಯಾವುದು? ಇದಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಮೇಲಿಂದ. ನನ್ನ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಕು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ ನನ್ನ ತಲೆ? ಇವಳಿಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆದರೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟು, ಗಂಡ ಸೇಫು. ಅದು ತೊಗೊಂಬರ, ಅವನ ತಲೆ ಉಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಹಬ್ಬ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು? ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ತಾಳಲ್ಲ, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗದ ಬೇಡ. ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳಮ್ಮ. ನಾನು ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡು, ನಾನು ಹಾಕ್ದಂಗೆ ಹಾಕು. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಾಲಾಗಲ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕು. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಬೈಲಿ ಅಂತೂ ಕಲ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಲು. ಈ ಸಲ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಸೋಣ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಗಂತ ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು ಹೋಗೋ ಮುಂಚೆ. ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಬೈತಿದ್ರು, ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು, ಅಪಶಕ್ನ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ರಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಂದು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್. ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಿಂಗನವ, ಇದನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನ ಹಿಂಗನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡು. ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಂಗಂದರೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋ. ಆ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ನಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮುಖ. ನಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ನನಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳಾ? ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ 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 ತುದಿಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಬ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಡ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡು. ಹಿಂಗೆ ತುದಿಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ತೆಗ್ದ್ಯಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಗೊಂಬ ಒಳಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸು, ಇದು ಕೈ ಬಿಡು. ಬಿಟ್ಟ್ಯಾ? ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವಳಿಗೆ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ ಟ್ರೈಯೇ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲು ಅವಳಿಗೆ. ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ರಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ. ಹತ್ರ ಬಾ. ಇವಾಗ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡು. ಮುಖ ಹತ್ರ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗು. ಅನ್ನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂತಾ? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಮತ್ತು ಹಾಗೇ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಈ ಬಲ್ಗೈನ್ ಬಿಡು. ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ ನೀನು. ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಕಳ್ಳಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇವಳು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕುಡಿ. ಇದೆರಡು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ, ಹೇಳಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡು. ನೋಡಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ರೀ. ಪಾಪ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ನಾಚಿಕೆ, ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಮಾನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ನನ್ನಂಗೆ ಅವಳು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. ರೆಡಿ, 1 2 3. ಈ 3 ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ. 3ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗಿದೊಂದು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊ, ಮಧ್ಯ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ನೀನೇ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲ ಲೇ. ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ಸೋದ್ರೆ ಅವನೇ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ನೀನು ಫಿಕ್ಸು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಾಡ್ಸು, ಮುಂದೆ ಹಿಂದೆ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ರಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ತೆಗಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಕೈ ಬಿಡು. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ತಟ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಹುಡುಗರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ವಾ? ಈಗ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ರಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕ. ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕನ್ನಡ? ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಒಬ್ರ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಏನೋ ದೊಡ್ಡಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರದೇ ಇರೋರು ಕೇಳೋದು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಬರೋರಾದ್ರೂ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕು ಹಂಗೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಡು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ಹೋಗ್ಬರ್ತೀನಾ ದಕ್ಷ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಹೋಗ್ಬಾ. ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಇಂಚರ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಬೇಜಾರಾಗಲ್ವಾ? ಹೋಗ್ಬಾ. ನಿಂದೆ ಅದೇನಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಇವನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಊಟ ಮಾಡೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೇನೋ. ಹೌದೇನಾ? ಸರ್, 2 ನಿಮಿಷ. ಕೊನೆಯ ಐಟಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ. ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರೋ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅವಲ್ಲೇ. ವೆಲ್, ಈ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬಾರ್ದು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಏನು, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಕಿತ್ತಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನೇನಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕುಡಿತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಕುಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೆಡಿ, 1 2 ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇನ್ನು 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೊಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ಇದೆ, ತೋರಿಸ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. 2 ನಿಮಿಷ. ಹೋಗೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅದು? ನಂದು ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದ ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ದೇಶದ ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಗನ್ನು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದು ಮೈಂಡ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ. ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ, ಇಟಲಿ, ಕುವೈಟ್, ಉಗಾಂಡ, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸು, ಬೆಲ್ಜಿಯಮು, ರಷ್ಯಾ, ನೈಜೀರಿಯಾ, ಫಿಜಿ ಇದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ, ಆಯಿತಾ? ನಿಮ್ದು ಹೇಳ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ್ದು ಯಾವುದ್ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಬೇಡ. ಫಸ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ? ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೈಜೀರಿಯಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಕೈ ಎತ್ತ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರ? ಫ್ಯೂಜಿ. ಹೌದ್ರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಇದೆಯಾ? ಹಾಂ, ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುವೈಟ್. ಹಾಂ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ? ಇದೆಯೇನಮ್ಮ? ಇಟಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇದರಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ? ಹಾಂ, ರಷ್ಯಾ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಷ್ಯಾನೆಲ್ಲ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಇವರೊಬ್ರು. ಸರಿ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಶೋ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೂ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಲ್ವ, ಇವಾಗಲೇ ತೆಗಿಯೋಣ, ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಷ್ಟೆ. ಈ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಹೆಸರು ಮಿಸ್ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ. ಏನು? ಮಿಸ್ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಮಿಸ್ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಫೋನ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದೊಂದು ಕೊನೆ ಶೋ. ಇದನ್ನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಬೇಡಿ. ನೋಡಿ, 1 2 3 ಪೆನ್ ಮಾಯ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ನೋಡಿ. ಪೆನ್ ಎಲ್ಲೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಕಿವಿ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೇನ್ರಿ? ಹೆಂಗಂದರೆ 1 2 3 ಅಂದಾಗ ಇದನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೈ ಖಾಲಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದು, ಈ ಕಡೆ ತಿರುಗಿರ್ತೀರ. ಆದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಕುಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಮಾಯ ಆಗೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪೆನ್ ಮಾಯ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದು ಸಾಕು, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಬೇಡ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತರ್ತೀರ ದಿನಕ್ಕೊಂದೊಂದು ಮೊಬೈಲು? ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ಶೋ ಮುಗಿ.
May I request Vidushi Rupashri Madhusudan ji to kindly come up on stage.
ಹರಿಯು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಭಾಯೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಔನ್ನತ್ಯ ಸಾಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೈಲಿ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಇಂದ್ರಜಾಲವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಇನ್ನೇನು ತಲೆಬುರುಡೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚೋಗುವ ಸಮಯ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಗಟ್ಟಿ ಹಿಡಿದು ಹಿರಿಯರ ಮುಂದೆ ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಿಂತು 2 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡುವ, ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಭೂಷಣವಾಗಿಸಿ ಭೀಷಣವಾಗಿಸದೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಭಾಯೇ, ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ ವಂದಿಸ್ತಾ, ಅದ್ಭುತವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೂ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಭದ್ರ ಬುನಾದಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಂದಿಕೇಶ್ವರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಸಭಾ ಸಪ್ತಾಂಗ ಲಕ್ಷಣಂ. ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸಃ, ಕವಯಃ, ಭಟ್ಟಾಃ, ಗಾಯಕಾಃ, ಪರಿಹಾಸಕಾಃ, ಇತಿಹಾಸ ಪುರಾಣಜ್ಞಾಃ, ಸಭಾ ಸಪ್ತಾಂಗ ಲಕ್ಷಣಂ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸಪ್ತಾಂಗಗಳೂ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಸುಶೋಭಿತ ಸಭಾ ಈ ದಿನ ಏರ್ಪಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾನದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ಚತುಷ್ಷಷ್ಠಿ ಕಲಾ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವ ಸಂಗೋಷ್ಠಿ ಏನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಮಾದ್ಭುತವಾದ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿದ್ದೆವು. ವೈನೋದಿಕಂ, ಈ ಗಾಂಧರ್ವ ಕಲೆಯ ವೈನೋದಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವಿದ್ದೆವು. ಪ್ರಥಮ ಸ್ತರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೃತ್ಯ, ತದನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರಾವ್ಯ ಸಂಗೀತ, ಸಮ್ಯಕ್ ಗೀತ ವದಂತು, ತದನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಐಂದ್ರಜಾಲ. ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಕುರಿತು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಕೆಲವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರವರ ಭಾವಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರವರ ಭಕುತಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಲೇಸೇನು. 3 ತನ್ನತನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನೇ ಮೆರೆದಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ, ನೃತ್ಯವೋ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ನಟರಾಜನದು ಜಗವೆಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ಜೀವದೇಶಯವನಂಗ ಭಂಗಿ, ಸತ್ಯ ಸತ್ವಜ್ವಾಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವ ಮಾಯಾ ಲೀಲೆ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮನು ನೀನು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಮ್ಮಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ದಿವಿಜರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅದೇ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮನು ನೀನು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅವನ ಪ್ರತಿಫಲನ ಅಂತ ಕೂತು ಕೇಳಿದೆವು. ಮಹಾಮಹೋದಯರ, ಮಹೋನ್ನತ ಸಾಧಕರ ಭಾಷಣ ಭೂಷಣಗಳನ್ನು, ವಿಚಾರಧಾರೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದೆವು. ಪ್ರಾತ್ಯಕ್ಷಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದೆವು. ಐಂದ್ರಜಾಲವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದೆವು. ಐಂದ್ರಜಾಲಿಕವಾಗಿದ್ದ ನೃತ್ಯ ಗೀತ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದೆವು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನೋಡುತ್ತಾ ಮನಸ್ಸು ತುಂಬಿ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲರ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನಾಗಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಿಯನ್ನಾಗಲಿ ಸಂಕ್ಷೇಪಿಸುವ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಖಂಡಿತ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಂದಗಾಣಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯತಾ ಭಾವವನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನುಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆಳ್ವಾರರಂತಹ ಸಂತರಿಂದ ಇಂತಹ ಸಂತರ ಸಂತತಿ ಸಾವಿರವಾಗಲಿ. ಆಳ್ವಾರರಂತಹ ಸಂತರಿಂದ ಸ್ತುತಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ನಂದಕುಮಾರ, ನಾಗರಾಜನುತ ನಂದಕುಮಾರ ರಾಧಾಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಅಡಿಕಂಜಗಳಿಗೆ ಪೊಡಮಟ್ಟಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಚೇತನಗಳೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಮರ್ಪಿತವಾದಾಗ ಪರಮಾದ್ಭುತ ಉದಯವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಲೋಕೇಶನಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮನಮೋಹನ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡಲಿ. ಇಂತಹ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲೋದೇ ಒಂದು ಧನ್ಯತೆ. ಇದರ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಲ್ಲೆವು. ಭಗವಂತ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ರಾಧಾಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನ ಪದತಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆದರೆ ಅದು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸ್ವೀಕೃತವಾಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬಹಳ ನೆನಪಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಹಿರಿಯರ ಮುಂದೆ ರಟರಟಿಸಬಾರದು, ಆದರೂ ಅಲ್ಪಮತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ವಿಕ್ರೇತು ಕಾಮ ಅಗಿಲ ಗೋಪಕನ್ಯಾ ಮುರಾರಿ ಪಾದಾರ್ಪಿತ ಚಿತ್ತವೃತ್ತಿ ದಧ್ಯಾಧಿಕಂ ಮೋಹವಶಾತ್ ಅವೋಚುಹು ಗೋವಿಂದ ದಾಮೋದರ ಮಾಧವೇತಿ. ಹಾಲು ಮೊಸರು ಬೆಣ್ಣೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದ ಗೋಪಿಕೆಯರು ತಮ್ಮ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಕೈಂಕರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಮುರಾರಿ ಪಾದಾರ್ಪಿತ ಚಿತ್ತವೃತ್ತಿ, ಮುರಾರಿಯ ಪಾದಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ದಧ್ಯಾಧಿಕಂ ಹಾಲು ಮೊಸರು ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋ ಬದಲು ಗೋವಿಂದ ದಾಮೋದರ ಮಾಧವ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರಂತೆ. ಅಂತಹುದೇ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರದಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಈಚ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ us agree with this statement that all of us were transformed to a different loka. It was indeed a blissful day in all our lives. Life is of course to achieve, and what we have achieved today is something incredible. ಇದು ಬಹುಶಃ ಅನುಭವ ವೇದ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲೆ ಥರನೇ. ಸಂಸಾರ ವಿಷವೃಕ್ಷಸ್ಯ ದ್ವೇ ಫಲೇ ಹರ್ಮಿತೋಪಮೆ ಸುಭಾಷಿತ ರಸಾಸ್ವಾದ ಸಂಗತಿ ಸುಜನೈ ಸಹ. ಈ ದಿನ ನಾವೆರಡನ್ನೂ ಸಾಧಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಸುಭಾಷಿತ ರಸಾಸ್ವಾದವಂತೂ ಭರಪೂರವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ಭರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಗಿಂದ ಸಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸಂಗತಿ ಸುಜನೈ ಸಹ, ಸುಜನರ ಸಂಗತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮತ್ತೇನು ಪುಣ್ಯ ಬೇಕು? ಇದು ಭಾಗ್ಯ, ಇದು ಭಾಗ್ಯ. ಇಂತಹ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ವರ್ಧಿಸಲಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸನಾತನ ಕಲೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಕಲೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ವಿಶ್ವವ್ಯಾಪಿಯಾಗಿ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಲಿ. ಆಚರಣೆಯಾಗಿರುವ ಆಧುನಿಕ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲೆ ಆರಾಧನೆಯಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಪಮತಿಯ ನುಡಿಯನ್ನು ನುತಿ ಸಮೇತವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾನಕ್ಕೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಆಳ್ವಾರ್ ಮಹೋದಯರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶಿರವಾಗಿ ವಂದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ವಾಚಂ ಧೇನು ಮುಪಾಸೀತ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋರು ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯೋಮದ ವೆಂಕಟ್ ಸರ್. ಬಹಳ ಬಹಳ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರಳ ಸಹೃದಯರು. ಅವರಿಂದ ಕಲ್ಪಿತವಾದ ಈ ಅವಕಾಶ ಜೀವನದ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮೋತ್ತಮ ದಿನ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತಾ, ಗುರು ಚೇತನ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯವೃಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿನ ಒಂದು ಅಪರಿಮಿತ ಮಿನುಗುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಪರಿಮಿತ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ರಾಶಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಸ ನಂದಕುಮಾರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕಾಣದ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅದೃಶ್ಯ ವೈಭವವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿದಂತಹ ಉದಯ್ ಜಾದೂಗರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಶಿರಬಾಗಿ ವಂದಿಸ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಚಿರಮಭಿವರ್ಧತಾಂ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಶ್ರೀಹಿ, ಚಿರಮಭಿವರ್ಧತಾಂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಕಲಾಶ್ರೀಹಿ ನಮಾಂಸಿ.